Are you serious? Are you serious, guys? We got some updates here for you right now. But we see right now there's some information. Remember when the scientists were trying to figure out, can human beings survive on Mars if they're in pods, if they're in a controlled environment? Can they survive? So 6 scientists went inside a dome in the same conditions that would be on Mars to see if humans can survive. And guys, these guys made it, but it wasn't easy. And their biggest enemy may have not been the climate. I'll tell you about in just a second. Let me put a shout out right now from www.virtualshield.com/deals/active/Begley. There's been a new survey report on an overwhelming that 85% of the United States Americans believe that at least one big tech company is spying on them through the apps on their smartphones. What? Are you serious? Every move you make, every breath you take, every thought you make, they are watching you. Now, listen to this, guys. 2/3 of those asked claim that while they've been having a conversation, an ad will jump up on their phone when they weren't even searching for it. They're positively sure of the fact that big tech is listening. Can you block this? Yes. With a powerful VPN like www.virtualshield.com/deals/active/Begley. Here's what you can do. A good VPN like that will allow you to hide your location online. It will hide your IP address as well and prevent advertisers from creating profiles to track you. And it allows you to then surf the web anonymously, all while being affordable and easy to use. It's time to protect the fam from the spam. Go, and they got a 50% off right now, guys. Simply just do this. Go to www.virtualshield.com/deals/active/Begley. All right, let me tell you what's going on. This is an incredible information in Mars, but it wasn't on Mars. For those of you who think, no, it wasn't on Mars. It was a simulated Mars environment. 6 scientists. I wonder if they stayed 6 feet apart wearing a mask. Anyway, here's what they did. These 6 scientists, contrary to what you've seen in movies like The Martian, the greatest danger to early explorers of the red planet might not be the massive dust storms or the toxic cosmic rays. Instead, it's more likely the threat of being driven to near insanity by a crew of mates, loud music, or her habit of leaving dirty dishes in the sink. A manned mission to Mars is the next great frontier to be conquered in space. Multiple missions are being planned to blast off in the next 2 decades, and this trip is going to require a different kind of astronaut. It needs to be a Martianaut. Is that such a thing? What? Gone are the days of recruiting these very adrenaline-filled junkie type guys living embodiments of the right stuff. As with the 1960s, American space programs, space agencies these days will need a person who is psychologically strong enough to survive long trip to Mars and then the isolating experience of being there. What kind of person is that? The new movie Red Heaven offers a look at 6 of them. The documentary is part of a New York City Film Festival and can be viewed online. The film follows 6 volunteers who were quarantined in a small habitat, a dome, for an entire year in order to simulate living conditions on Mars. The experience devolved into a living nightmare. The NASA-sponsored experiment was known as the Hawaii Space Exploration Analog and Simulation. It took place in a 1,200 square foot dome built on top the rocky face of Hawaii's Mauna Loa volcano, 8,000 feet above sea level and miles from anybody in civilization. Now, the filmmakers Lauren DiFlippio and Catherine Gorinich were fascinated by the exercise. They became determined to arm the participants with cameras before they entered isolation in August of 2015. There were a number of filmmakers and bigger broadcasters circling around, and we're naive enough to immerse ourselves in the experience to get to know everyone at an early stage. But the legwork paid off and the film was approved. They raised some of the funds needed to kickstart the project. DiFlippio and Gorinich were there as the 6 participants entered into the made Martian dome habitat, enjoying their last in-person contact with other humans for the next 365 days. All the volunteers were in their 30s and experts in different scientist fields: German geophysicist Christine Henrich, French astrobiologist Crispin Versuzik, and the Americans were space architect Tristan, and the last name has 23 letters in it, okay, Bassenwathagate, a physician named Sheena Guilford, a soil scientist named Carmel Johnson, and an engineer named Andrezi Stewart. Now, what's insane about this was probably the one who got into the most on the accident, said that I was abroad at the time during a grad school exchange program in China, and I always wanted to be an astronaut. I found the blog about this, and I wanted to do it. Now, in addition to the scientific knowledge, of potential participants were screened for psychological profile that was best suited for this kind of unique life inside a dome. They had to tolerate both extreme stress and extreme boredom. I was pretty sure that I would have a good chance of withstanding, but you can never know for sure. We just entered in and had to learn along the way. So the setup was certainly recalls this. They were inside this little bitty dome, folks, which is going to be what SpaceX does whenever Elon Musk, whenever he sends people there very soon, he's going to be sending all kinds of equipment up there. And then he's going to send, I think, four Martianauts. What are they going to call them? Martians? What do you call a Martianaut? Is it a Martianaut or an astronaut? What is it? A cosmonaut? I don't know. But comforts were few. A timer was limited that the length of their hot showers and meals were assembled from freeze-dried foods such as ham and cauliflower. The crew also grew salad greens inside the dome, munching on a leaf or two every few weeks. Exercise was required, and the group members worked out on the dome's treadmill or performed impromptu muscle building activities such as walking up and down the stairs carrying a heavy pack. The crew completed various tasks each day. They experimented with plants or carried out geological studies. There were also household chores to do, such as washing the clothes and the dishes. And in their free time, they read, they played games or music, or created t-shirt designs that they sell on eBay. And privacy soundproofing was virtually non-existent. No phones, no internet, no contact with the outside world beyond an email, which had a 20-minute lag, like on Mars, and a weekly news summary provided by NASA. The crew was also allowed to exit the habitat just twice a week. They strapped on heavy spacesuits and they exited through a simulated airlock to explore the desolate terrain around them. They realized that listen, this was insane what they put these people through. Their moods, The participants were required to fill out numerous surveys every day, how they felt. This is like lab rats inside a small dome without any, really cut off from the world. So here's the thing. If people actually think that they're going to go to the Mars and are going to live like a Martian, really, that's not the truth, folks. They're going to, if they make it to Mars, they're going to live in a state of isolation. They are going to be cut off from the world. Their psychological psyche is going to mess them up so bad that they will be so dysfunctional by the time they get out of that thing. And oh, by the way, if you go to Mars, you're not getting out. It is estimated that the first 100 people that go to Mars will die on Mars. They will never get out. And others that come, some might make it, but most won't. It's crazy what's going on, guys. This experiment was really quite wild, to say the least, and maybe even insane. But one thing's for sure, these 6 scientists did everything they could, I guess, to try to survive it. My thing is, I'm not looking for a home on Mars. What? I'm not looking for a home on Mars. And I'm not looking for a hole on the underground in an underground city. I'm looking for a home in heaven. I'm looking for a home that outshines the noonday sun. I'm looking for a place that will be glorious, to be with the saints of God, to be with the family members that have went on to be with the Lord, to be with Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God. I'm not going to live on hell on earth or hell in Mars or hell anywhere else. I'm looking for the heavenly home, a place that God said he prepared for the saints of God. Are you serious? I'm not looking for a hole in the ground. I'm looking for a home in the sky. And it's not on SpaceX, Starlink, or any kind of Starcraft or any kind of space vehicle. I'm not going to Mars. I don't want to go to Mars. What? I don't even like Mars candy bars. Are you serious? Are you literally serious? Something biblical must be going on in these people's minds. They're losing your mind. But anyway, this is what's going on. It's kind of nuts what's taking place, but people are doing this stuff. I'm just not going to do it. Get right with God, folks. Get your mind. Listen, people are trying to figure out how to survive the apocalypse. They're trying to figure out how to survive the apocalypse. You're not going to survive the apocalypse. You need to avoid it by giving your life to Jesus Christ. You need to get things right with the Lord and start living in victory here. Start living in victory here on this planet, because Jesus truly loves you and you can be blessed of the Lord. Call upon the name of Jesus. It's interesting, though. It is an interesting scientific and you know what? It's kind of what I thought, that really, the elements could kill you for sure up there. Who knows what kind of bacteria or what kind of viruses or what kind of strange diseases or malfunctions of equipment that could just kill everybody. Okay. I think that this is just insane. But if none of those things happen, the absolute isolation of never coming back, never knowing what's going on earth, and your whole world evolves around just a few people locked in like a lab rats, the psychological trauma would drive you insane. God put us on this planet, Earth, for a reason. He made it perfect so that we could live here and live in his glory and live in his love. God bless all of you. I love you guys. Give your life to Jesus Christ. I'm not going to be a Martian. No. Not when I've got the love of God in my heart. I don't need to be a Martian. I'm not going to be. Are you serious? I'm not going to be a Martian. No. I don't want to be a Martian. No. Are you? No. Some people look like Martians, but they don't mean they're going to. I met a couple people that kind of look like a Martian, but